The world is heating up, but the vibes are locked in. I'm your host, and this is the Summer Chronicles. Let's get into it. Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to Chiquito to Fi, Side A, Track 3 of our Summer Chronicles. Keep your bags packed, grab your boarding passes, and lock in, because today we are taking flight. Your girl has been completely living out of a suitcase, but the party does not stop. The weather is hot, the career moves are on fire, and today we are talking about major business opportunities, the power of a stellar network, and how to master the Bleisure Principle to keep the fun rolling no matter where you touch down. Let's get into it, but before we talk about the Carolinas, we have to talk about the absolute zoo that is morning airport travel. I don't know about you guys, but I don't get it sometimes. Like, why are we all awake at the same time at like 5 a.m.? So my flight heading to North Carolina was at I think 8 o'clock in the morning, I believe. So we got to the airport at 6, I think, pushing 6 o'clock because, Atlanta airport is the busiest airport in the world. But I get there and everybody and their mamas are there, sun is out. Understandable because it's busy and it's Atlanta. Going through the airport was not that bad. Now, I did have an issue with TSA. Why? Because there's always an issue when I have to go through TSA. The last time I went, they tossed my lotion. There was another time where I had to get a whole pat down for no reason. I think it's because of my sweatpants. And the thing is I wear the same style of sweatpants every single time. So I don't understand the issue. Because there's always a problem, always something going on. But this time I had went to I went through the line. It was kind of moving a little bit. It wasn't too bad. But the issue with this one, so they have a new rule where you don't take your shoes off or anything. So I'm like, okay, cool. I don't take my shoes off. I go through the scanner. Okay. Let me go back. The lady said, take your shoes off. I said, okay. I take my shoes off. The only thing that I have on me is just my glasses. That's all I have. I have a t-shirt, sweatpants, socks, and my glasses. That's it. I go through again. Okay. I don't know what the issue is because there's nothing on me. I went through this thing 4 times. And it wasn't just me that was affected. It was the guy behind me. It was the guy behind him. And then the kid behind that guy. So all 4 of us are going through this freaking scanner. And the lady's like, there's an issue. There's an issue. At this point, I have nothing else. At this point, I will strip down and walk through butt naked because I have nothing on me. And I promise you, I have nothing on me. Is it my glasses? I'll take them off and put them through the system. I do not care. But it's the fact that, we had to go through it so many times. And I'm I'm probably going to miss my flight. Because I was, running late just because of that. And then I get down to the train. And luckily, the concourse trains were moving. But when I first got to the A train, everybody and their mamas got on there. And I was like, okay, I have X amount of time to get down to my gate, which is all the way in C. I said, I think it was either C or D. It was one of those two. But I was I think I can make it. I hope I can make it. So I start booking it down. So I don't get on the train. I just keep walking. It's a 5-minute walk to B. When I tell you at 6 in the morning, I'm basically running. Because if you know me in person, I'm shorter than the average person. But my speed walk is your speed walk is my sprint. So I'm trying to speed walk. But I'm almost I'm breaking a sweat. I'm about to be sprinting through this airport, even though I'm not running late at all. And so I finally get to the beach, the B train gate or whatever. I get on that. I just ride the whole time. I finally make it to the gate. And then all of a sudden you hear, this is a full flight. And if you want to get on the flight early, you can check a bag. I'm not finna check a bag. All I have is my book bag, and I don't want to check a bag. I'm not in a rush to get there, because I've already made it. So I'm no, not really. I don't really care. So then we get on, full flight, bags are everywhere. It's whatever. Well, the plane was really nice. The only issue was the landing part of it. The landing was very rough. Hated it, but it's okay. We made it safely. I got the rental car. I waited on some people, and then we finally made it to our destination. Getting there was not too bad. I've never driven an SUV, and the people that I was riding with, they'll tell you, I may have sucked at driving. I don't care. Like, we got there safely. That's all that matters. I did my best. I drive a sedan. I can only do so much. And like, running on like no sleep, I can only do so much. So we got there in one piece. Yes, I had a little bit of Georgia road rage, but it's okay. We made it. That is all that matters. But like, everybody and their mamas was at this airport. And I just want to like, my question for all of it is like, what are we doing at 6 a.m? Why do we all have the same flight at the same time? Like pre-COVID, I could get to the airport and nobody would be there. It didn't matter what time of the day. Like, yes, like leaning towards like lunchtime, there was more. But like early in the morning, it wasn't that many people. Now it's like everybody and their mamas are traveling. I'm like, okay. Now I got to leave 3 to 4 hours instead of the recommended 2. Because I think Atlanta, I got to leave like 3 hours early before my initial flight because TSA takes the longest. But seeing everybody trying to like make it to their flight and being part of that crowd is like, it's kind of, I'm not going to say inspiring, but it's like, why? Like, I literally saw a lady break out into like a dead sprint on like on the walking escalator, like the moving walkway, like suitcase and all. You could literally hear it go like as she's running, and I'm like, homegirl, you're gonna make it. I promise. Like, you're gonna make it. If you got here late, that's a different story, but you will make it. But it's just crazy how we all have like the same panic that we're not going to make it to our gate because of TSA. And I understand they've been overworked. Kudos to everyone that does TSA. You're stronger than me because I probably would have just quit. But they deserve more. For the amount of stuff they have to deal with, they deserve more. We need more. We need more funding for our TSA agents because I really do appreciate them because they don't care that we make it to our flights or not. They just want to make sure that everybody's safe. And I get it. I just got to be better at waking up. But I will say getting to North Carolina was overall like really good. But my reason for going was because of a business, like it was like a business trip. So a lot of you know what I do for work, but I got to help out and train a whole group of new people at the business that I work for. And I got to do like a whole like little grand opening, even though I wasn't part of week 1. Week 2 was definitely really fun. And this trip was a blessing in disguise. And I have said it time and time again. Because at first, I was really excited to go. Leading up to it, things had happened, and I was like, I really don't care if I miss my flight. Like, I don't want to go anymore. Thankful for the opportunity, but I really don't want to go because whatever had happened prior definitely, like, discouraged me a lot to the point where I felt like I didn't deserve to go. But I prayed about it, slept on it, and I still went. And I met some amazing people on this opportunity. But on this trip, it was my first time doing anything like this, doing like a grand opening. And I didn't know a lot of things. I asked a lot of questions, big and small questions. If you were there with me, I asked a lot of questions because I wanted to make sure that I was doing the right thing. Even though I had Pathway and I was looking at that, I wanted to make sure I was doing it correct. Because our whole purpose is to train others the correct way. Not just the way that it says on Pathway, but the way that our company has instilled in us to carry forward. There's different procedures that we do. There's different things that we must follow. Food safety is obviously important, but I wanted to make sure that I was equipping this next group of people with the knowledge that I may not have had. And it was such a great opportunity. I met so many people. And that team that I was able to help out, amazing. And I know I call them kids a lot because anybody younger than me is a kid. But those individuals, they're in good hands. They are very, very smart, very knowledgeable. They are cared for in so many ways. And when I was doing like my feedback meeting, I was like I kind of started crying a little bit because I was just like, this group is special. Even though this is my first opportunity to do something like this, it reminds me of like my first location when I first came to North Carolina years ago. Like when I had met Jansen and all of them, it felt like how it did in Cary. But I'm in like the middle of nowhere, and it kind of felt like home a little bit, but better than home. I didn't want to leave, and a lot of us did not want to leave at all because of the opportunity that we were given, the people that we met, the friends that we made. And I will say, like, even though it was a whole different layout than what I'm used to, I'm grateful for it because there were so many things that I brought back just from learning and teaching others that I carry at my location. And there were things that I'm slowly implementing because there's a lot of things that we do right, but there's a lot of things that we can do better. Because I never want to say that you're doing something wrong. I always want to say we can do this better. Yes, we have our ways of how to do things, but there's a better way. And a lot of times people are very stubborn on relearning things. People don't like change. Whether it's good or bad change, people do not like it. And I've slowly tried my best to add certain things that we need to start doing or changing. And yes, I've gotten from the leader standpoint, I've gotten some positives, some negatives, but from the team as a whole, they're not bad ideas. And they're not even ideas that I came up with. It's things that we should start doing because it not only would impact us as a individual, but it would help us as a team. The things that I brought back aren't it's not new. It's just nobody listens and nobody does the pathway. And when I came back to speak with one of my directors, I was like, yeah, there's quite a few things that we don't do. We don't do it correctly because we're trained the same way and it wasn't the standard. So I was like, we should start resetting, making sure that all of our trainers have access to pathway, making sure that they were following pathway and executing the standard and the policy set forth, not just by the company, but by the operator. Because at the end of the day, if we want to succeed, we must be on the same page. We must be able to work as a team. And I definitely have grown a lot. Even though it was a week-long trip, I have grown a lot in 6 days. The way that I carry myself is a whole lot higher than I did before. I hold my head up. I do not take disrespect from anybody. And I don't allow my team to take disrespect from anyone as well. Because we are human beings at the end of the day. And if you want someone to respect you, you must respect them back. Does not matter if you like them or not. You treat all with respect. There is a saying that we have within our company, and it is do unto others that you wish done unto you. Don't treat people like crap and then be shocked when they do it back to you. You treat them like crap, they're going to treat you like crap. Treat everyone with honor, dignity, and respect in the best way possible. You don't have to like the person next to you to get the job done. Just do the job. You get paid to be there. And but I've definitely been carrying my head a little bit higher because of the team that I have met. Not just the team from that location, but the other trainers. And they have taught me a lot. I have embraced them a lot and everything. And they were some really good friends that I'm very proud to have met. But this business trip is, people are like, oh yeah, you went on a vacation. It wasn't a vacation. I was strictly there for business. And the one thing that I will say that I did not like was dude, I hate gas station food. I really don't like I had a gas station hot dog a few weeks ago after the Braves game, and it was alright, but I don't want to eat a gas station hot dog. But one of my favorite gas stations was right next to the hotel, and you can't go wrong with Sheets. But you can go wrong with the chicken Caesar salad wrap. And I got that, and I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I did not like it. I love, don't get me wrong, I love a good chicken Caesar salad. But in a wrap, that's too much dressing in a wrap. Like, it was very soggy. I kind of got like the ick from it because like I'm a texture person. So like once I got like a mouthful of like dressing, I was like, "Ugh." But other than that, I only ate like I think I ate like candy and like chips for the most part. And when we did find food, it was mainly like Cookout or McDonald's. And the McDonald's down there, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, that was probably the best set of fries I've ever had. I've never gotten like hot and fresh fries back home. It is like it was so good, and I was like, it's a lot of salt, but it's okay because at home they barely put salt in there, but at this area it was so good. And I was like, I should have got another fry or should have got like a nugget or something. It was so good. And then, but like for the most part, like food wise, and I ate like Chick-fil-A for the most part, and then like whatever we got from the gas station and Cookout. I think I had like Cookout twice, but it wasn't like Cookout's like hit or miss. Like it depends on a day. But like that second time we got it, oh my goodness, it was so good. I kind of wish I had like honey mustard with it, but like food wise, it wasn't really the greatest because like we would get off late and everything closed at like 9 or 10 o'clock, or sometimes 11. And we had to drive like 20 minutes in the opposite direction. And like by the time we got to like food, it was like you have one option. That is the gas station. But that was like the only like my only drawback for it was just like not having like a lot of like options for food. But it's okay because the chips definitely held me over. I had an Alani for the first time. I don't really like energy drinks. And like how it was sweet, I don't know where the sugar came from. I'm still like confused on where that sugar came from. And I know I've been ranting a lot about food, but like I can't really complain because at least I still had access to it. And even though like I did eat bad, it was okay because I had 2 meals a day working, and then I would just have like a little snack after. And that's more than what I eat on a daily basis. So I was kind of grateful for that second meal that I received. But overall, like I do miss North Carolina, and like the area that we got to go to, like it was so nice. Like even though it was in the middle of nowhere, it reminded me so much of my town. Like the people have been waiting on this location for about 15 years. They finally get it, and like it was busy every single day that we were there. And the people that were outside with me, they made it fun. Like even though it was hot, like they stuck it out, hydrated, and still shared a smile with every single person that came through the drive-thru. And I was like, I like y'all. I really do enjoy you guys. Like I said, I'm gonna cry when I leave because like I don't wanna leave them. Like they're such great people. And I'm sure like a lot of them are still gonna be there. And I've talked to a lot of them. It's like when you guys get a chance, apply for the scholarship. That scholarship's gonna be a game changer, especially with the schools that like they have in the area. Like I met one girl and she was committed to North Carolina State. I think she was committed for sports. No, I don't think she committed for sports, but she was going to North Carolina State. Another kid wanted to go to Eastern Carolina. And these are not bad schools at all. And I'm like, that's the one thing that I love about North Carolina is like they care a lot about the education, and the kids they're not dumb. They're very educated and really smart. Yes, they're going to be kids, but they have aspirations and goals that they want to achieve. And I told them, I said, I pray that y'all get that. A lot of them were like juniors in high school, but like some of the seniors, I was like, I hope you guys get the scholarship. I hope you guys continue to excel, not only in your academics, but in whatever you choose to do in life. Because like the corny saying goes, the sky's the limit. Only you can put in the work. You have the grades for it. Just keep going and excel in all that you do. And I will pray for your success. And like they are, I just loved it so much because it reminded me so much of Carrie and working with like high schoolers, like nothing but high schools all over again. It felt like how it did when I had first moved to North Carolina. but I'm excited. At the time that this comes out, like, I will be planning on going back to North Carolina. I don't go back until like a few days after this is done. But when I go back to North Carolina, I plan on obviously spending time with my family, but I do plan on going back to this location just to see everybody again and hope that like they've been growing a lot, because at the time of recording, all the trainers are gone and they are on their way of figuring things out and being great. And I told all the leaders, I said, you guys are going to be great. I have nothing but high faith for y'all. It's okay to have bad days because we are humans at the end of the day. But I've learned a lot. I've met some great people. And all I can say is to my company, thank you for the opportunity, and thank you to my operator for giving me the opportunity to travel to North Carolina. But my favorite part has come. I must talk about the people that I met, not just the new people at this location. I'm talking about the other trainers that I met. Now, I met a good chunk of people. Everybody already had their groups the week before because they were already there. But week 2, we had a little bit more. And the car that I was in, it was full of people from week 1 mixed in with like a couple of people from like the week that came in with me. And I have to say, I met people from all over the United States, which is, it still blows my mind how like we all came from all over and all met in this small little town. I met people from California, Massachusetts, Texas, Missouri. I think, Florida was one, and Tennessee, Kentucky, and a couple of people that were like in like the area of the state of North Carolina. But the people that I met and befriended, wonderful people. We all come from different backgrounds, different levels in our locations. And I think in the span of a week, I have laughed so much. I have sang a few songs. I have listened to a lot of songs. I have listened to Frozen twice, back to back. But overall, these people, I consider them all like friends, because even though it was a short time, we were able to learn from each other, laugh with each other. We took so many naps. Like when we do like a trainer pool, and like we would just take naps. Like it was like we worked together, and it felt like a good story. Like if I could take each person and put them at my location, I think I would be happy. Not because of who they are as people, but the way that they carry themselves, the way that they lead others. I would be happy to have them as a leader, because everyone needs them at some point. Like I highlighted 2 important people on my story recently, and the first one from California, she was amazing, like really nice. She was really nice on that first day I started working. And it may have been because we were all in the same car and like we were all kind of nervous, but like she would pull out this Altoids tin, and I think she sat in the middle the first day, but she pulled out this Altoids tin and goes, anybody want a piece of gum? And I was like, huh? And it was a green Altoids tin with like a whole bunch of different pieces of gum in it. I was like, okay. And so we did that. I think she would do that like Monday, Tuesday, and then I think Wednesday she ran out of gum. But I looked forward to it, even though it was like short. She was like, oh, I have no gum today. And I was like, dang. As much as I hate, like, I don't like spearmint at all. I hate spearmint. But as much as I hate spearmint, I still took it because gum is gum. But it was different because they had given it to me. And I think I made that piece like last a minute. But when it ended, I went back to my polar ice. But she sang a lot of songs. Definitely one of those like Disney kids, like enjoyed Disney. But really good singer, I will say that. And um just very kind. And she kept saying, yeah, I know I'm funny. Like, I know I'm the funniest. Yeah, sure, whatever. But she is one of the funniest ones that I have met. The other one that I highlighted on my story was from Texas. And I don't like, I said this to her many times, but like when I first met her, I knew that I was going to like her because she reminded me of someone back home. Even though I'm not friends with that person anymore, this girl was like the light of any room. Like, she didn't have to say anything. She just lit up the room that she walked in. A really good leader. Not even, like, I'm not going to say quiet because I was outside most of the time. But, like, if I had a question, she would answer every single time. Or if somebody said something, like, crazy, she wouldn't say it with her mouth. She would just look at me and then we would just nod and be like, yeah, mm-hmm. But those two were my favorites overall. And my sassy boy from Kentucky, even though it was short because he left us early, definitely a highlight of the entire week as well. Like, there were so many people that I can name and just describe and just talk highly of them. But as a whole, this trainer team, for my first grand opening, I genuinely can say that I love them with everything in my heart because they didn't have to answer my questions. They didn't have to really, there's so many things that they didn't have to do, but they still did it. Not because that it's the way that we do it in the company, but because they have a good heart. And I put in my caption, cared for people, care for people. When you're cared for, you're going to take care of others, no matter how different they may be, no matter how new they may be. You will extend a hand out to them and try to be their friend. And I am so grateful to have met this group. And as time goes on, I really do hope I get to do another assignment with them. Maybe if it's not all of them, then a few of them, or I just want to be able to see them again before we get too old and it's hard to travel. But it was such a great opportunity and I had so much fun. And there were so many things that did happen on this trip that, like, it was crazy though, because like there was like an incident, I think, like the second night we went to the gas station because we had to go find some ramen noodles because Sheets was getting hate for it. But like there was like this guy tweaking out in the gas station. And then I kind of like instigated a little bit because I said, oh my, like I was mocking him at one point and then he kind of cut his eyes at me and I was like, ooh. But like that happened, I think night 2. And then there was an incident, I think the night we came back from like fireworks. We didn't even get a chance to watch the fireworks because that's how bad traffic was. North Carolina traffic isn't that bad, but when there's a big event going on, it is terrible. We barely got to see the fireworks. We sat in traffic. Somehow these idiots on the road turned a 2-way into a 1-way. And one of the guys in our car, he had to get out, go down the street, flag somebody down. And because his hand was broken, the driver thought he was homeless and was like, no, I don't have any money. And the guy was like, no, I need you to just stop the car so that we can get through. So we finally get through. We get whatever we need. We make it back to the hotel. And then this like minivan, I don't think it was a minivan. I think it was like a little SUV. Either way, it was red. And this guy gets out and starts yelling at the guy from Massachusetts. The guy from Massachusetts wasn't even looking at the car. Nobody was really looking at the car. But the guy was like tweaking on his phone, just yelling. And then somebody was on their phone, like somebody on my right was on their phone. And the guy, like, he's slowly walking back to his car, turns back around and goes, oh my gosh, you're calling the cops. Like, just talking. He's literally just talking to himself because nobody's really talking to him. But the person that he was on the phone with was like, get back in the car. You're always doing something. Just get back in the car. This man gets into the car, reverses, pulls off, doesn't even stay anywhere close to the hotel. Like, you just came to harass people and then just disappear. And I was like, that's one thing that I'm grateful that I never experienced in Cary. But like, because luckily we had like the people that we did. And it would have been something else if it was just like by ourselves or whatever. But luckily, like, we had our group and we were just like, let's just go into the hotel and just finish whatever we're doing and just wind down for the night because we're gonna leave the next day. And before I forget, I'm missing a big thing. We played pickleball. We played pickleball on July 4th. And I don't know, like, I get the craze for it, but like, we were all playing it. And me and the girl from California, like, I think we were doing like a rally or like a volley. I can't remember what it was called, but we were playing for such a long time. And I was like, if I jump wrong, I'm going to hurt myself. And this girl kept hitting the ball over me. So I'm trying to jump, and I'm like, I can't jump. I'm not supposed to be jumping because I got 2 bad knees. I cannot be jumping. But we played like a few good games of pickleball. I went 2-0 for the weekend. So at least I can say I'm a winner. But overall, like, it was such a great time. And I am forever grateful for the opportunity to not only travel and meet new people in a new state, but also to meet people that I consider friends. And hopefully I get to see them again. And this whole trip was so much fun. Like, I hope I can do another one again before the end of the year and learn more and bring some more knowledge back. Because it's nothing but a learning opportunity, and there's nothing wrong about growing as an individual. It's always good to teach people how to do the job, learn something new, and then adapt to your environment. But I will say, like, even though that was only a week, I wish it was longer. But the summer, we're getting closer to like school starting back up for so many people, but this summer has been so fun. Like, being able to travel and do a whole bunch of stuff is always amazing. And like I said, at the time of me recording this, I'm literally about to be on another trip back to North Carolina. So I'm excited to go back and enjoy myself. And this is like, it's like a 2-in-1. So it's a family reunion and a business trip at the same time, which I'm excited for because this is something new that I have done. And the new thing that I'm doing is I am doing pictures for the whole entire family because we normally hire a photographer. But for this reunion, I was personally asked to do pictures. So I have invested a lot of stuff into it, and I'm excited to see what I can craft for my family to continue our tradition and to continue to make our memories memorable for the next generation. Because I don't know how many reunions this is, but the more pictures we have, the more we can remember, like, oh, this was this aunt or this uncle, this was this cousin when they were younger, and so forth. Like, my family is huge, and I'm forever grateful to be able to have this opportunity. And if things go well, maybe I volunteer and do it for the rest of, I guess, my life, I don't know, but we'll see. But I know I've ranted a lot about this trip, and it is a wonderful trip. It was very beautiful to be back there. I wish I got to see my people from Cary, but hopefully I get to see them soon. And I think that's all I have to wrap up. But when you have a business trip, try to incorporate some type of fun into it. Try to have, like, even if it's late night, just go on a little drive with the group and just sing with them. If you're working early in the morning and you get off early in the afternoon, so before 8, go do something fun. I know we talked about doing like a tattoo and everything. The time just didn't fall right. But go find something to do. Like, you don't just have to have business mindset. You can go do something and enjoy yourselves. Because who says you can't take that opportunity? But that is a wrap on track 3. But before I pack these bags up and head to the terminal for the next leg of the summer, we gotta hit the Aux Cord. My recommendation this week is an absolute masterpiece. It is Handle by Ravyn Lenae. It is smooth, it is soulful, and it is the exact vibe you need in your headphones when you're out here leveling up. Go add it to your queue immediately, smash that subscribe button on Spotify or Apple, leave us a 5-star review, and text this episode to your favorite coworker. Follow the travel chaos at Chicky Delta Phi. Keep your bags packed, keep the fun rolling, and I'll catch you next week. See ya.